Today I'm going to be covering the Bloodline story and how they became the most dominant group in WWE. To talk about this, we need to go all the way back to SummerSlam when Roman Reigns returned. At SummerSlam, Roman Reigns returned by attacking The Fiend and Braun Strowman. He then aligned himself with Paul Heyman. At Payback, The Fiend defended the Universal Championship against both Reigns and Strowman in a triple threat no-holds-barred match. At Payback, Roman Reigns would capture the Universal Championship to begin his dominant title reign. After Payback, Roman ran into Jey Uso. Jey asked Roman why is he with Paul Heyman. Roman's response? It's just business. Jey Uso would win a fatal four-way number one contenders match to face Roman at Clash of Champions. On the September 11th, 2020 episode of SmackDown, Jey Uso teamed with Roman Reigns to take on Sheamus and King Corbin in a tag team match. Unfortunately, Jey had to go in alone because Roman didn't show up yet, so Jey was at a 2-on-1 disadvantage. Roman finally showed up and he won the match for his team. As they stood on the stage, Jey raised Roman's arm and he stared at the Universal Championship. The following week saw these two teams compete in a Samoan street fight. Jey and Roman won the match, and Jey teased raising the Universal Championship. As Jey walked up the ramp, Roman's look of joy turned into a look of rage. He knew Jey was a threat to his championship. On the final SmackDown before Clash of Champions, Jey Uso and Roman Reigns went face to face. Roman said if Jey became champion, he wouldn't know what to do with it. He said that their family depends on him being at the top. He then called Jey a twin. He then ended the promo saying that it will never be Jey, it will always be him. As Roman walked up the ramp, Jey Uso cut a passionate promo saying for years Roman's been at the top. Despite all the pay-per-view main events, he's been seen as the other Uso. At Clash of Champions, Jey Uso said he's going to be remembered as the man who beat Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. As Jey made his way to the stage, Roman Reigns delivered a Superman punch to his own cousin. Roman stood over Jey as the show went off the air. At Clash of Champions, the two main evented the show. This was Jey Uso's first championship singles match at a premium live event. Roman tried to intimidate Jey. He dominated most of the match until Jey bounced back. He hit the Usos splash, but Roman kicked out and he delivered a low blow. Roman then demanded Jey to acknowledge him as the tribal chief. Jimmy then ran down to the ring and he was going to throw in the towel, but Jey told him not to. Roman continued his assault on Jey, forcing Jimmy to throw in the towel, allowing Roman to retain his Universal Championship. Jimmy did this to save his brother. Jimmy then acknowledged Roman as the tribal chief. On the SmackDown after Clash of Champions, Roman called out Jey Uso. Jey said that Roman gave him the beating of his life, but he didn't break his spirit. He said that if Jimmy didn't throw in the towel, he'd be champion. Roman said that Clash of Champions was the worst night of his career and that he tried to help Jey reach the main event scene. He said that Jey broke his heart and he gave him another title match at Hell in a Cell. AJ Styles came out and he said he should have got a title shot, not Jey. Styles continued speaking until Jey attacked him, leading to a match between the two. Jey won that match, building momentum towards Hell in a Cell. The following week, Roman revealed that the match will be an I Quit Hell in a Cell match. Roman then defended the Universal Championship against Braun Strowman. Roman retained the title after he made Strowman tap out to the guillotine. Jey Uso then came out and Roman grabbed the chair. He then delivered several chair shots to Strowman. Jey then grabbed the chair and instead gave Roman a right hand and a super kick. He then delivered several chair shots, only to be restrained by officials, allowing Roman to deliver a Superman punch. On the final SmackDown before Hell in a Cell, Jey Uso appeared on the Titantron. He said that Roman's lost touch with himself and his family. Turns out it was actually Jimmy Uso. Jey attacked Reigns from behind. He delivered a super kick and hit the Uso splash. The Usos stood on the stage until Roman grabbed the mic and said that if Jey lost, then he and Jimmy have no choice but to fall in line. If they don't, then they're out of the family. To be honest, I like this match. Jey brought the fight to Roman, but he bounced back. He tried everything, but he couldn't get Jey to say, I quit. He even demanded Jey to acknowledge him. As Roman was going to take out Jey, Jimmy came in to save his brother. Roman sat in the ring with tears as Jimmy was talking to him. But it was all a ploy as Roman locked Jimmy in the guillotine, forcing Jay to say I quit and retain his Universal Championship. After Hell in a Cell, Jey Uso was pissed. He said no matter what Roman did to him on Sunday, he couldn't get him to say I quit. Roman said by the end of the night, Jay will fall in line, and that's what he did when he attacked Daniel Bryan. From there, Jey Uso was the right-hand man and Paul Heyman the special counsel. At Survivor Series, Roman Reigns would defeat Drew McIntyre in a champion versus champion match. After Survivor Series, Kevin Owens got involved. He said that Roman is in Jay's head and that he treats his family like trash. Roman then told Jay to take KO out. Later that night, Kevin Owens attacked Jey Uso and he sat at the head of the announce table mocking Roman Reigns. On the December 4th, 2020 episode of SmackDown, Kevin Owens confronted Roman Reigns. He told him that he doesn't fear him and he challenged him to a tables, ladders, and chairs match at TLC. Roman would accept the challenge. Over the past few weeks, Roman Reigns and Jey Uso would attack Kevin Owens going into TLC. Their match at TLC was awesome. Owens fought a 2-on-1 battle. Every time he got knocked down, he got back up. Corey Graves was pleading with Owens to stay down. Owens was defiant to the end. Roman would retain his Universal Championship. After TLC, the two faced off in a steel cage match. Roman won that match after Jey Uso handcuffed Owens to the ropes. The feud between the two continued going into the Royal Rumble, but this time it was a last man standing match. That match was fun. Kevin Owens took Roman Reigns to the absolute limit. The most memorable part of the match was when Roman used the golf cart on Kevin Owens. In the end, Roman locked in the guillotine, forcing Kevin Owens to pass out. Owens couldn't make the 10 count and Reigns retained the title. Later that night, Edge won the Royal Rumble, which means he gets to choose which champion he wants to face at WrestleMania. An Elimination Chamber match was made to see who would face Roman for the Universal Championship later that night. Daniel Bryan won that match and he was set to face Roman. Daniel Bryan fought and fought, but it wasn't enough to topple the Tribal Chief. Roman Reigns would retain his title. After the match, Edge attacked Roman, signaling he's coming for his championship. A rematch between Bryan and Reigns was set for Fastlane. At Fastlane, Edge cost Daniel Bryan the Universal Championship. Since Roman never beat Bryan clean, he was added to the Universal Championship match at WrestleMania, making it a triple threat match. At WrestleMania, the three men main evented the show. Edge was back at WrestleMania. All three men were on their A game, and this was Daniel Bryan's final appearance at WrestleMania. Roman would pin both men to retain his title. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in part 2.